Hey, welcome to another High Side Flash. Have you ever heard this saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer? That just made me think, how do you view death? Is it a friend or enemy? And maybe you've never thought about it in those terms, in that context. But there's a reason I'm asking that. When you classify someone as a friend or enemy, now you know how to deal with that person. You know to keep them at a distance, or you may need to keep them closer. In regards to death, maybe you're in that it is what it is camp. It's inevitable. Why does it matter if I label it as a friend or an enemy? And as a result, you refuse to think about death. You refuse to address any matter related to death. And question for you, could your failure to label death as friend or enemy be interfering with your quality of life right now? I do believe it is human nature to label people, places, and things as either good or bad, friend or enemy. I think it's a self-preservation technique that over since the caveman days, we had to label whatever we were dealing with. Is this food? Is this a threat? Is that next tribe a friendly tribe or an enemy tribe? And if you hesitated to do that, then you're putting your family at risk because, again, you don't know if this tribe right next door to you is a friend or foe. And with that being said, sometimes you just have to make that decision, even with limited information or with information you later determine was actually in error. And, I really admire people who will make a decision, a leader who will make a call, even though he doesn't have all the information. He's doing it because a decision is better than no decision at all, oftentimes. And so, in regards to death, what actually happens psychologically when we label death it's either a friend or enemy? Socrates viewed death as a friend because he believed it freed the soul. And according to that familiar statement, because death is viewed as a friend and you want to keep it close. So, what does it look like to keep death close? I think keeping death close means that you've addressed your final wishes planning, that you have a living will in place, that you have adequate life insurance, and that maybe even you've had these discussions with your family members about your paperwork and your final wishes planning. And if you describe death as an enemy, as the Bible even does in 1 Corinthians, it calls death the last enemy. If it's an enemy, and according to that saying, friends close, enemies even closer. What does it look like to keep death even closer? Well, I think it means that you walk in forgiveness, knowing that today could be your last day. Not only do you forgive others, but you even forgive yourself for things that you've done. I think keeping death closer as an enemy means that also you live each day like it could be your last. You are taking essentially a farewell tour of this world every day that you leave your home. Every day that you wake up could be your last. I think looking like death as an enemy means that you tell those you love and care about that you love them every opportunity you get. Since death is inevitable, let us not remain neutral. Make your decision. Friend or enemy, hesitating to do this could cause harm, not only to you, but to your loved ones. Again, the question, do you view death as your friend or enemy? Whatever decision, death will be allowed to come close as a friend or closer as an enemy. I do believe your loved ones will appreciate it. And this has been a High Side Flash.